In this short video in the concealed carry series here, we're going to talk about whether you should carry hot or not. That's coming up on Survival on Purpose. Welcome back to Survival on Purpose. My name's Brian. Thanks for joining me. So I started this concealed carry series on the channel a little while back, and one of the things that's come up in the comment section pretty frequently is whether or not you should carry your concealed weapon with one in the chamber or not, hot or not. And there's two sides to every issue. In my opinion, I carry hot, and I'm going to tell you why. And you can agree or disagree. We'll talk about that in the comment section below. I encourage you. I always like to hear your opinions and your viewpoints because I don't know everything. I'm not an expert. I'm not even close to an expert. I'm just a guy who wants to take care of his family and protect himself and his family. So, but I would caution you and ask you to please keep the profanity, even mild profanity, out, because kids watch this channel, and I just try to. I've got filters in place, so if you want to have a discussion, just keep it clean. I don't think that's too much to ask. So anyway, I was talking to my brother, who is like I am. He's a regular old guy, but he believes in taking care of his family and protecting his family, and we've been shooting guns since we were little kids. And the subject came up of whether or not you carry one in the chamber or not. And so I'm going to take my pistol out here, and I've got it right now, okay? And I'm going to take the magazine out, and I'm going to show you that it's not loaded. Now, I had a comment from somebody that I don't need to see that it's not loaded because I know you're not going to shoot me through the video. Man, I get that. What I'm trying to do is set a good example for anybody watching this to know that every time you handle a firearm, safety is paramount. So here's what a lot of people have said, and I understand. They said they don't think they'll ever be in a situation where they don't have time to do that. I get it. That doesn't take that long, right? But this, bang, takes longer than bang. Every time, period. 1 second, half a second, whatever. That might be all you have. I saw a study at a concealed carry class, and they gave these people airsoft guns, right? Bad guy, airsoft gun, and they were going to pull their weapon and return fire. And it was all about moving and not staying on the X and different things. But the takeaway I got from that was that every single person who entered that armed confrontation, they got shot with the airsoft gun by the bad guy. The ones that did it right, according to the instructor, and got off the X and moved right, got shot not too bad, maybe. The ones that didn't got shot where they might have been really killed, dead. Carrying a gun doesn't mean you're not going to get shot. You want every single advantage, in my opinion, you can get if you're going to have to use your weapon to defend yourself. So in that, a half a second might be the difference. It might not be, but why take that chance? That's reason number one. I got two main reasons. The second one is, in my mind, even maybe a bigger reason is, I remember reading years ago in a Guns and Ammo magazine, I think it was Masada, you wrote an article, but I'm not sure, but it was talking about statistics on armed confrontations or using the firearm for self-defense. And like the overwhelming majority were 7 feet or less at night in the dark. 7 feet or less. 7 feet, somebody can reach out and grab you. So you think about if you're walking down the road, it's not like on high noon. You're not standing back drawing and shooting. Typically somebody's going to jump out and surprise you. They may have a gun, they may not, they may have a knife, they may grab you, but if they've got your non-dominant hand, so somebody's got your hand, they're grabbing you and you're wrestling around with them, or maybe you need to use that hand to hold them off or whatever, you got your other hand free to draw your weapon. Well, or they got your arm pinned, or whatever the case may be. It takes two hands to do that. I know there's holsters and things you say you can do that, but the reality is that takes time too. It takes two hands to do that. If your other hand's busy or trapped or otherwise engaged, you can't do that. At that point in time, this becomes a club, and that's just the reality of it. So not only could your other hand be engaged, but the need and the knowledge that you have to do that could prevent you from using your other hand to do something different to help aid your survival or your family's survival. Maybe you've got a kid with you and you're holding their hand and you don't want to let go of their hand because of what's going on, because it's a very tense, active situation. Either way, I think the ability to have that hand free or not to need that other hand to be able to draw and fire your weapon with one hand is a big advantage to me, and a big reason why I carry hot all the time, period. I want to be able to pull the trigger and go bang. That's me. Now, I will say, I carry a Glock. Glock does not have an external safety. I guess the brand kind of slogan is safe action pistol. And everything I've read, Glocks are very safe. A lot of years I've been carrying a Glock, never had one go bang, unless I pull the trigger. And thankfully I've never had to do that at anything but paper. I will say that one thing I really think is important to think about if you're going to carry hot is if you have to pull your weapon out for any reason, if you're going to reholster it, that's why I like this hog holsters with the ulti-clip on it, because I don't have to take my belt off to put this on. It's very easy to put on and off, but I can put one in the chamber, I can put it in the holster, then my trigger's covered, I can put the holster on my pants. The biggest, in my opinion, one of the biggest risks of an accidental discharge or a negligent discharge is when you're reholstering a hot weapon, because at that point in time your trigger is not protected, and you're moving it around, and your clothing can snag it, anything can snag it and pop that trigger, and it'll go bang. And that's what you don't want to happen. So that's just another reason I really like the hog holsters with the ulti clips. Anyway, to wrap this up, obviously you need to consider your choices and your options, anything to do with concealed carry firearms. It's a decision you need to make. You don't need to make any kind of decision based on something that important from anybody you see on YouTube, especially not me. I'm just giving you my opinion. There's something for you to think about that maybe you might want to weigh when you're making your own decision about what to do. I just want to reiterate that. Look, don't listen to me, okay? This is what I do. And I try to explain why I do it, and at least to respond and answer, give you my input and my opinion on some of the comments that and questions I've had about whether or not, what's the best way where you should carry hot or not. In my opinion, I carry hot. I'll say it that way. So anyway, once again, thanks for your support. Thanks for watching all these videos. Thanks for subscribing to Survival on Purpose. Thanks for clicking that thumbs up, letting Google know you like this kind of stuff. Thanks for sharing it with your friends. Thank you so much for doing all your Amazon shopping through the Survival on Purpose links. I really appreciate that. Once again, my name's Brian. You're watching Survival on Purpose. Remember, survival's not an accident. So be prepared. I'll see you next time.